The scout ship was a dying thing, its hull groaning as it bled atmosphere and hope into the void. It had been a simple courier run, escorting a diplomatic vessel from the Galactic Corps. No one expected an ambush from the raiders of the Void Drift. Their attack was swift, brutal, and aimed with chilling precision at the flagship, carrying the last heir of the vast Sylvanian arboreal kingdom. On the bridge of the human vessel, the pilot fought with silent, grim determination. His name was not recorded for glory. He was a contractor, paid to fly, and if necessary, to fight. Beside him on the cracked view screen, the image of the alien princess flickered. Her form was elegant, her skin a subtle silver-bark texture, her eyes wide with a fear she was desperately trying to control. Her own ship was listing, a great tear in its organic hull, weeping frozen sap. "We cannot outrun them," she said. Her voice a soft chime translated through the calm. "Not running," the human grunted, his hands flying over the controls. "Buying time. Your mother's fleet is 9 minutes out. We need 7. The raider ships, jagged and insect-like, swarmed. Their weapons, designed to pierce and paralyze, flashed. A bolt caught the scout ship's starboard engine, and the world inside became a screaming tilt. Alerts blared a chorus of failures. "They are boarding the princess's vessel," his co-pilot, a reptilian tech, hissed. "Life sign telemetry shows her guards are falling." The human unstrapped himself. He moved to a heavy locker, its metal door protesting as he wrenched it open. Inside was not standard issue. It was a suit of hardened plated armor, archaic by galactic standards, and a solid slug rifle, a weapon considered barbarously kinetic. "What are you doing?" the tech asked. "That is not in our contract. We are a courier service." "The contract," the human said, his voice muffled as he sealed the helmet, said safe delivery. "This is the delivery." He moved to the airlock, cycling it manually. "Get the ship's black box and the distress beacon ready to launch. Record everything. You will die. It is statistically certain." The human paused, a faint, unseen smile touching his lips. Certainty is a comfort. The outer door opened to the chilling silence of space and the gaping breach in the princess's hull dot. He launched himself across the gulf. His suit jets flared, correcting his course into the tier. Inside, the princess's ship was a nightmare of fallen, graceful forms and flickering biotic light. The raiders, clad in slick black environ suits, were herding the remaining crew. In the center of the main chamber, standing defiant before her shattered throne sapling, was the princess. The human landed with a heavy thud that echoed in the artificial gravity. All heads turned. For a second, the raiders froze, confused by the anachronistic warrior in their midst. Then they fired. His armor absorbed the first volley of energy pulses, the plates glowing hot. He did not fire back immediately. He moved, a slow, deliberate advance, placing himself between the raiders and the princess. He was a wall. "Run," he said to her, his translator implant pushing the word into gentle Sylvanian chimes. "To the lower decks. Seal the bulkheads." She hesitated, her noble training warring with survival. A raider lunged. The human's rifle spoke once. The sound was a shocking physical thump in the refined air. The raider fell, his suit compromised. The violence of it, the raw finality, created a moment of stunned silence. Then chaos erupted. They all fired at him. He became a fortress, weathering the storm. He returned fire with meticulous, devastating accuracy. Each shot was a declaration. Each step back, as he shielded the princess's retreat, was a negotiation for seconds. He bought her a minute. Then, too, his armor cracked. A searing pain lanced through his shoulder as a plasma bolt found a gap. He grunted, stumbling, but his footing remained. The princess reached a service corridor, her eyes meeting his visor for a final eternal moment. He gave a single, slow nod. The raider leader, enraged, raised a heavy disruptor cannon. The human saw it. He had no cover, so he did the only thing left. He charged. The world dissolved into white fire and thunder. When the Queen's fleet arrived, purging the raiders with righteous fury, they found the scout ship's black box beacon and the tech who told the tale. They found the princess alive in the lower arboretum. And they found the human. He was broken. His armor was a fused, blackened shell. His body bore injuries that were beyond mortal. Yet a faint, stubborn biosign still flickered. A spark in the ruins. The Sylvanian medtechs, masters of biological science, looked at their scanners in disbelief. He should be gone, one whispered. His will. It is a knot holding the thread. The Queen arrived not on a screen, but in person. Her presence filled the medical bay of the flagship. She was majesty incarnate, taller than her daughter, her silver-bark skin traced with luminous lines of age and wisdom, her eyes holding the depth of ancient forests. She listened to the report. She looked at her daughter, who spoke of the wall that walked, of the knot in the storm dot. Then the Queen looked at the broken human on the regeneration slab, sustained only by machines and his own impossible tenacity. Her voice, when she spoke, was not loud, but it settled on the room like a law of nature. He fell protecting my heart. He does not fall alone. Save him, whatever it requires. The finest surgeons, both Sylvanian and those borrowed from allied worlds, worked. They rebuilt shattered bone, grafted new tissue over terrible burns, coaxed faltering organs back into rhythm. But the damage was profound. The human mind, the doctors explained, had retreated to a place their scans could not reach. The body might live, but the man within was absent. The Queen dismissed them all, save for her most trusted advisor. "You understand the heartwood?" she asked the advisor, an ancient being whose form was more tree than biped, rustled in distress. "My Queen, the heartwood conduit is for the royal line alone. It is a merging of essence, a sharing of life force. To tether a foreigner, an alien, to it. The traditions." "He is no alien in this moment," the Queen said, her gaze never leaving the still form. "He is the shield of our future. He gave his no to death for us. We shall now give our yes to his life. Prepare the chamber." In the heart of the flagship, where the living wood of the ship grew from a sacred core, they took him. The heartwood pulsed with a gentle, golden light. The Queen placed her hands upon its warm surface. Vines, guided by her will, lifted the human and gently wound around him, connecting to the neural ports the surgeons had placed at his temples. The process is not without cost. "Majesty," the advisor cautioned. "It will be a tie that binds. A part of your vitality will sustain him, always. A small price," the Queen said, "for a debt that can never be fully paid." She closed her eyes. The light from the heartwood flared, enveloping them both. It was not a healing in the medical sense. It was a reweaving. The Queen's formidable life force, the accumulated strength of centuries of rule, flowed into the human's ravaged form. She sought the spark of him in the dark, the stubborn knot of will, and she wrapped it in layers of golden light, anchoring it to the world days later, in a quiet room filled with soft, growing light. His eyes opened. Confusion was there, and pain, but not the emptiness the doctors feared. He saw the curved, organic ceiling, felt the strange, warm cot beneath him, and he saw the Queen, seated in a chair of woven roots beside him, watching. She looked tired. A new line of silver marked her brow. "You are safe," she said, her voice softer than it had been on the view screens. "As is my daughter." He tried to speak, his throat raw. A tube provided moisture. "The contract?" he rasped, A sound, like the gentle chime of wind through crystal leaves, escaped the queen. It was a laugh, profound and sad. The contract is fulfilled beyond any measure. Now a new one begins. I need to report to my company. Your company has been compensated. Their license to operate within our domain has been permanently upgraded. You are relieved of your duties with them. He processed this, his mind still slow. Then, I am free to go? The queen leaned forward. Her eyes, deep and old, held his. In them he saw not just a monarch, but the mother whose child lived because of him. He saw the weight of the gift she had given, a gift he did not yet understand. No, she said, and the word was not a command, but a statement of profound, unchangeable fact. You are not free to go. You are needed. You are bound warrior, not by chains, but by the heartwood, by my will, by a life that is now, in part, my own. You fell protecting a princess, but I, the queen, have caught you, and I refuse to let you go. She placed a hand, cool and firm, over his. Your new duty is to live, to heal, to walk in the gardens of our world and know you saved it, to let a people who now call you kin learn the meaning of the word you embody. You have given us a lesson in sacrifice. We shall give you a lifetime of peace. That is my decree. He looked at their joined hands, at the faint golden tracery now visible beneath the skin of his own wrist, mirroring the luminous lines on hers. He felt a strange, steady warmth, a pulse that was not quite his own. It was not a violation. It was an anchor. It was, he realized with a slow dawning awe, a gift he could not refuse. He had fallen into the dark, and a queen had plunged her hands into that dark and pulled him back, holding him with a strength as deep as roots and as unyielding as a promise. For the first time since the attack, the tension left his body. He did not have to fight anymore. He had finished his mission. This was something else. This was a beginning.